can highlight on Porto's team? And also, how do you value Fabio Vieira's development in Arsenal?
Yeah, well, really impressed with Porto, and not for today because I know they manage really well the club and the history that they have, and it's a team with a lot of experience in the competition. They have many qualities in many phases of play. That's why they are always competitive in domestic and European competitions, and a really tough opponent that we're going to face tomorrow. But at the same time, we are very excited. It's been 7 years since we haven't been here, and we are all energy and excitement to play the game the way we want tomorrow for sure. Regarding Fabio, really happy with him. At the same time, sad because it's been a tough period for him, especially with the last injury when he had some momentum and performances together. He got injured and that's break up again his rhythm like it happened last season. But he's a player with an enormous talent, and we're going to get the best out of him.
Okay, gentleman in the blue.
Hola, Mikel.
Hola.
¿Qué esperas del ambiente de Dragao mañana?
Ambiente espectacular, como pasa siempre aquí, un equipo con una afición, con una historia de fútbol, con una ciudad con una pasión de fútbol tremenda. Ambientes muy bonitos para jugar. Estos son los challenges que queremos como jugadores, como entrenadores, participar en partidos así.
Gentleman at the back.
Hi, Mikel. Gaspar Castro for SIC. So Diogo Costa was at the press conference today. I'm just wondering what you think of him as a goalkeeper. He's been insistently linked with big clubs in the Premier League. Do you think he's at that level already? Could he perform for a team like that?
Well, very good. I know he had to rate the players, but very good for sure. Yeah, when he plays consistently at the amount of years at that level, it tells you the story.
Okay, there's a gentleman there in the classes.
Hi, Mikel. André Cruz from MyFootball. Jurgen Klopp said a few weeks ago that the Portuguese players are special. They know a lot about the game. What do you think about the Portuguese players and the Portuguese football?
I fully agree. They are, first of all, very passionate, which is, I think, the first ingredient that you have to know. Great education. For me, Portuguese coaches and academies are one of the best in Europe, for sure, and it's not a coincidence the amount of talent that they develop and then how successful they are in many leagues, which it tells you as well the story about the culture and how they are raised. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
Okay, we'll move on to UK media now with John Cross.
Hello, Mikel. You touched on it there. It's 7 years since you've been, in the Champions League, full stop. But it's obviously even longer since you've reached the quarter-final stage. But you've played in some of those games. But you must take immense pride in the fact that you're into this competition with a lot of people believing, and I'm sure you believe, that you can go deep into it. How much pleasure does that give you, and how much belief is there in this squad that you can go quite a long way in this competition?
That's great. We have earned the right to be here. As you said, it's been 7 years since we haven't been in this table for these kind of matches, and 14 years that we haven't been able to go to the next stage. That's the challenge. That's what is ahead of us, and we are very excited to face it and to go for it with full belief. That's for sure.
John Murray from the BBC.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Pep Guardiola was saying to us last week that you should never underestimate the first leg of the last 16. Do you know where he's coming from on that?
Yeah, because you know how tricky it is. You've been 2-3 months out of the competition, and you're going to face now a very different stage of it, with all the teams are very, very top, where you have little time to prepare the games, and the ball is rolling, and you have to be very ready, because the teams are very, very prepared and really dangerous.
Okay, Sam from the Telegraph.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
I'm just going to ask you about Kai Havertz, please. He's got a beautiful history in this stadium, scoring a special goal. I wondered if you've spoken to him about that, and just a few words, please, on how he's developing the last couple of months.
Yeah, I haven't, but obviously it's a conversation that has been going on for a few days, and it's probably the biggest highlight of his career, and an incredible moment for them that they experienced Georgia as well. So regarding his performances, as he's been in the last 3 months, he's got a fantastic goal on top of that. So probably then the performance looks bigger, actually, what he's done in the past. But really happy with him.
Okay, we'll go to Paul from Sky Sports.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
When it comes to preparing for a game like this, you obviously do your own stuff, but how much do you rely on maybe someone like Fabio Vieira, who knows so much about some of the players in the club? Do you ask him for his advice, and how much was he pushing you to get back for this one?
He was really pushing because he wanted to be here, that's for sure. And it's, having an insider, someone that has experience and live the culture and the club gives you a lot of information. It's very important because in Europe, I think it's very important to understand the context of the game. You know, where you go in, what type of opponent they are, what type of club they are, what type of atmosphere you're going to be facing. And he gave us a few important information that are relevant for us.
Okay, James from ESPN.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
During those years as a player when Arsenal struggled at this stage, when you look back at that now, how much of that was there a mental block there? Was there a kind of psychological issue at this stage? And for this group now, how important is it that they're completely detached from that and they can write their own history?
Yeah, and someone called Messi as well was another obstacle that we faced twice. And by Munich, so yeah, this competition is what it is. The individual quality, it's extremely important. It comes down to sometimes details. You are through or you are out, and you have to be really prepared. And you need your players at your best when the occasion arises. And tomorrow for sure you're gonna need that.
Nick from The Guardian.
Hi, Mikel. We've spoken a lot, obviously, about that run of defeats in the round of 16 in the last decade. Is that something that you would talk to the players about and make them aware of, or is it not helpful for them to have that on their mind?
No, I haven't had any conversation related to that. They know that we haven't been in the competition for 7 years, obviously, because some of them were here, and they know the story, and they know that what happened in the past is irrelevant. It's the challenge and the ambition that we have now to go through and deserve to be through.
Sammy from the Mail.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Mikel, you often speak about shared experiences for your players and them learning through that. But for yourself, individually, this is going to be a new experience for you, coaching in the last 16 of the Champions League. How do you think you have come through this Champions League campaign, and what are you learning about yourself?
Learning like every day in the job. When you don't have the experience, try to use other people's experiences. Make sure you feel your gut as well, which is really important. Make sure you prepare well and work hard, and make sure that you've done all the bits that you need to do to make the right calls and the right decisions, and then have a feeling how the team is feeling and what the team you believe that is needed to get them in the best place to win a match. Nothing different to any other big match that we play in our domestic competition.
Jordan.
Hi.
When you hear people like Pep and Mourinho and Ancelotti talk about their careers and the trophies they've won, they talk about their league titles, but there's also like a twinkle in their eye when they talk about the Champions League and winning it. Is it, for a manager in Europe, is it the pinnacle? Is it the best thing you can achieve and win, is winning the Champions League?
Well, it is certainly one of them. I don't know if it's the best, but it should be incredible to have that feeling to lift that cup in London, the 1st of June. So it's there, it's in our minds, it's a dream, but it's a lot of things that you have to earn the right to do before that, and tomorrow we're going to have a big obstacle ahead of us, and we are really looking forward to it.
Okay, last two now. We'll go to Mark first from PA. Then we'll come down to you. Okay.
Hi, Mikel. At the start of the group stage, you were asked loads by most of the people in this room about the fact that your young team had never played in the Champions League, and they responded by winning the group and everything. Is this now the next chance for them to prove just how good this current team is, and for you as a manager as well?
Yeah, because we don't have the experience. That's the reality. 95% of the players, they haven't played this competition. They have never played the last 16. I haven't. But we have so much enthusiasm and energy as well, and willingness and a point to prove as well that we are good enough and we want to be there. And that's our desire, and that's the passion that we're going to be playing the game tomorrow.
Okay, finally to Kaya from Football London.
Hi, Mikel. You mentioned Messi and Bayern Munich, but obviously when you were playing another team you lost to in the round of 16 was Monaco. And I know you weren't playing in the side that day, but Arsenal were heavy favourites, and they're heavy favourites again against Porto. What are your memories, and will you maybe warn the players of not to take things for granted going into this round of 16 game?
No, but for sure, there's not a player there. They haven't experienced anything like it, and we know the opponent that we are facing, the history of this football club in relation to this competition as well. So that's not the case at all.
Okay, bro. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Soon.